What is up, guys? I'm back in the basement again, and today we're talking about Davinci Resolve 17's color web. So I'm super excited because Davinci Resolve 17 added a lot of new features, but one of my favorites, and that was a little bit of a nudge to something else, was actually the color web. Now, if you didn't see my video before, I did a video on the Knob Color Remap, which is basically a plugin for Davinci Resolve, and it basically created this color web, which is kind of like a hue and saturation curve and a lot of different things all combined. But basically what you could do was visually select certain colors, kind of like an HSL qualifier, and then move the hue or saturation or some other things, luma, that kind of stuff, based on that exact selection. So the great thing is you could see something on screen, select it, see it in the web, or just move it around based on that. So you could shift something yellow or maybe desaturate it and shift it to blue. Where before you had to go in and it was a lot harder to kind of visually see what was going on, and HSL was a little bit messy, especially if you were doing kind of some global adjustments. So this makes it way easier. So you can see the color web already has some points on there, but you can easily make a point by just selecting any point on your actual screen. So whatever your clip is, you can select anywhere you want and change anything you want. Now, how does this work in the real world? Because it's kind of weird, right? You're like, well, what does this do? One of the quickest and easiest ways to show this off is actually to change certain types of color and the hue shift. So you might be like, well, where am I going to use that? Well, one of my favorite things is actually taking a wedding that looks like it was shot in the summer and making it look like it was shot in the fall. So all I have to do is go in, select my leaves. For instance, in this color it's green. I just select them with my selector tool, and then I can actually pull and drag those each way, and you can see that that's easily moving the colors in the web and shifting those colors to a different hue or saturation level. Now again, I can also use the hue and luma or the luma and saturation, so I can pretty much adjust any part of the image easily just by clicking and dragging. So just like that, I changed the summer wedding to a little more of a fall wedding. This is a great way too if something is really bold in your image, like something's too red or something's too blue. But one of the other fun ways that I found to use it was actually to match two different cameras. So in this wedding, I was shooting with the GH5 on one camera and the Pocket 6K on the other, and you can see that the GH5 is a little more of like a yellow-green cast, and it just didn't look right. So I wanted to match these two, so I pulled them both up in the 2-up display, and what I did was I found something that was in both that I could easily grab, something like the tuxedo. So when I grabbed the tux or the suit jacket, I actually went in and dragged it based on that to make sure they matched. So again, using that color web, I was shifting the hue, saturation, I could even shift the luma to match. That way, that color at least matched, and I could go and select other colors and do the same. So I did some with the skin tones, with the dress, and that way I got as close as I possibly could by selecting color by color and matching those colors together, instead of just eyeballing it and trying like a white balance or, a color wheels, that kind of thing. Now, obviously what you can do with this color web is pretty much endless, but in my case, this type of little fine-tuned detailing and matching shots is a massive, massive workflow change, and not having it be a plugin is also a huge plus. Now, I like Knob Color Remap, and no offense to them, but let's be real, if it's built in, it's gonna work that much better, and it's gonna be that much easier to use. So again, this is a really welcomed addition to Davinci Resolve 17. I'm gonna be doing some more videos on some more features, so be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Also, be sure to check out their We Are Film podcast down in the description below. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.